there was, by that time, this thing called the 90-Day Detention Act, which allowed the police to detain political suspects for 3 months or 90 days at a time in complete incommunicado. Not allowed to speak to people with whom you were arrested, no lawyers, no visitors, no newspapers, no books. The only visitor you get in those 90 days are the police, and they come with one message only. Give us this information or you go to hell. And in some cases, they've got genuine evidence. In other cases, they pretend to be reading, and they use all kinds of methods to break you down. And they use the most crude language. Look what the Jews are saying about you. Look what the Kafirs are saying about you. Why are you not giving us this little bit of information? And then you won't hand. Of course, it's all lies, you know. But that's the method they use to break you down. And they pretend to be getting that information from your own comrades, you see, without naming them. They'll say what the Jews are saying about you, what the Kafirs are saying about you. Why are you not giving this information? So it's a difficult period that, because you're alone, you're not allowed to speak to your colleagues at all. You're in your cell alone, with nothing to read, just your thoughts of death. And you've got to build up your strength in those circumstances, not to break down. Now, it takes a lot to stand up against that, because you've got to have top of your mind is yourself. Should I give this? They wanted 2 bits of information. I was disguised as a Portuguese. And I had a garden cottage. The owners knew who I was. But they were so satisfied that this guy who answered to the advert, who were renting out this cottage, they were satisfied that this chap was what he pretended to be. Of course, they knew who I was. They were there to be safe themselves. So that's the information they wanted from me. This cottage which I occupied. And the other bit of information they wanted from me was the ANC had hired a farm. They could have killed me. I didn't know where it was. I just heard them. So they wanted these 2 bits of information from me. Fortunately, I stood up and I stood up to that, and I didn't give that information about. I could only give them the information about my little cottage, and I survived that.